they running the route, I leave them outline when I hit them. Step on, spin move, in zone, go. Off the sideline, a touchdown, I put on a show. I had to kick off, and go. I had to kick off, put on a show. I had to kick off, and go. I had to kick off, and go. You're grinding there, you know what it be. Playing this here for the keeps. Had to make out with a feast, a family to feed. Third cold where the trophy should be. EA got me in the game now. Read on with the game now. They're here with a lane now. My home second with a rain now. Legendary on the field. Kind of drip is a skill. This the highest cruiser bill. Ain't nothing to the heel. We'll slip on, spin move, in zone, go. Off the sideline, a touchdown, I put on a show. I had to kick off, and go.
From MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, this is Madden NFL 21 on EA Sports. Daniel Jones and the New York Giants taking on Aaron.
We're across the Hudson from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. This is the scene just before we came on air. This New York crowd fired up by the arrival of their G-men as they burst from the locker room. They're ready to go as the Giants get set to match up with the Green Bay Packers. It's an Indian summer afternoon. Perfect conditions for football, and off we go on EA Sports. Now this will make it into the end zone, and he opts to not bring this one out. Rodgers ready to go for drive number one along with the rest of this Packer offense.
And the question swirled around Green Bay all offseason in free agency and through the draft. Did they acquire enough pieces to help their all-star quarterback, Aaron Rodgers? Just think about the last 2 years for him. 51 touchdown passes, just 6 interceptions.
And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. 20. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones, 75 yards. And the Packers have taken the early lead. Wow, first play of the game, CD, 75 yards. These people, they haven't even filed in yet from the tailgate lots.
Everyone talks about starting out fast. Everyone talks about getting explosive-type plays. That was absolutely a thunderbolt. And on the defensive side, he spent all week scheming, all week preparing, and it seems like it goes right out the window.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 right at the 30. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And boy, showing how tough he can be to bring down, just fighting his way forward to pick up 7 yards.
A 7-yard pickup.
Off the play fake. Jones. Packer pressure, and down he goes.
Daniel Jones.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there. Accelerating, and off he goes. Yards. And the Giants are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Well, go ahead and strap in, partner. Less than 2 minutes in, had the score on the one side. A quick answer, though, to get the equalizer.
Sometimes you get that sense of urgency that ratchets up, right? When you give up an early touchdown like that, you just know you're like, okay, how do we go back and equalize things? Can we get it done fast? And they absolutely did. Essentially, we're back to even, aren't we?
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
Their own 25-yard.
Next offensive series coming up here for the 2-0 Packers, who are coming off a Pretty thorough 42-21 victory over Detroit. Aaron Rodgers had the big game week 1, followed it up with 2 more touchdown passes. And Aaron Jones, how about him? A league high, 168 yards on the ground on Sunday, 68 more in the passing game, 3 total touchdowns. Not too bad, Mr. Davis.
Not too bad at all. Remember, the Packers drafted A.J. Dillon, a big running back out of Boston College. I think there's a little motivation there for Aaron Jones, and he's putting on a show in the early going. And remember, in the draft, everyone was screaming, why didn't you get more weapons for Aaron Rodgers? Well, maybe the weapons they had were good enough already, and they've tuned it up to a higher level. This Packers team, 43 points, 42 points the first 2 weekends, on the road in Minnesota the first time.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line.
Well, you know what they say, when you pick off Aaron Rodgers, you better keep that football because you don't see that sight very often. Last year, 27 touchdown passes, just 4 interceptions, the lowest percentage of pass category. Less than 2% of his passes all time have been picked off.
Defensively, they were in the 3-4. Solid run up the middle. What made it successful?
Well, what you have to do is control the nose guard, but sometimes you don't do it by blocking him. You do it by influencing him. Get him moving to one side or the other and hit him back on the opposite.
Tate bringing it in for the Giant touchdown. Hey! Golden Tate there to make the grab. And the Giants have taken the lead. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever. There it results in a touchdown. Gano the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at 21-yard line.
Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Here's Rodgers. Looking deep for Adams. They got his man complete.
Rodgers' pass, complete to Devontae Adams. A gain of
We always talk about the guy who
36
paid off the play, don't we? Guy who caught it or ran it. But how about the elements that go into making a big play? This one in particular, able to scan the field, pocket held up nicely. What a terrific job by the offensive line. The route well run, and the football right on the money. Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Adams hauling it in from Rodgers. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Devontae Adams. A pickup of 2 yards. First down, Packers.
Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. That is caught at the 7. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. For 23 yards on the play. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
Giants 14, Packers 7.
They'll try and run it in with Jones. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down. A tale of two extremes. First carry, he went for a bundle. His second goes backward.
And how many times have we seen that happen? Because you get that big carry, and you come back and you're all fired up, and sometimes you force a run a little bit, right? Trying to break off that big carry again, and instead it works opposite.
And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Here's Jones. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. The offense is going to stay out there. We'll see what the play call is. They need to find the right one here on 4th and goal. They'll go with Jones. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. Aaron Jones with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Packers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. And it'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Giants offense coming back out here to set up shop, and it gives us a chance to talk about their start to the season. 0-2, and coming off a 4-12 season in 2019. But the big news coming out of this loss to Chicago in Week 2 was obviously the loss of Saquon Barkley, gone for the year with that knee injury. Charles, where do the Giants go from here?
They've got to figure out ways to try and move the ball with an offensive line that's struggling. Remember, they're starting a rookie left tackle. A right tackle hasn't had a ton of starts in the NFL. A center who's a converted offensive tackle who's an undrafted free agent. And they're trying to find their way. Now what do? No Saquon Barkley. Sterling Shepard got hurt in the game against Chicago, one of their reliable targets at receiver. So they got to figure a way to maneuver the ball, get it to different people, find some space. That's going to be a tough call for their offensive coordinator. But they've got to get it done because look what they've got coming up. 49ers at home will have injury matchup, and then they go to the Rams, and then go to visit Dallas. This is a tough schedule for this team, but one thing I do like, they've got a lot of grit. They were down 17-0, Brandon, and came all the way back and had a chance to win the game on the last play. Their GM in preseason said this will be a team of fighting Joe Judges, their head coach, and I think that team's taken on this personality.
Adrian Amos up to make the tackle.
1 yard gain.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game.
At the Packers' 40-yard line.
A reminder coming up here at halftime. We'll ship you off to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman will have first-half highlights and analysis from a back-and-forth first half that we've seen. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers 16. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. Jones now operating from the gun. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Golden Tate with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Giants have broken our tie as they take the lead. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. So the drive winds up going 75 yards in 7 plays. And it was polished off by a Giants touchdown.
Now set to kick off.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. This will make it into the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And touchdown, Packers.
Rodgers
A
pass.
big play there. 75 yards. And the Packers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation, knowing when it exists to go to it. They did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, get that water break and get on out there and play.
A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
And incomplete there, almost picked off. That's one you maybe expect your roaming free safety to come up with. But it's second down.
Second and 10.
Hey, CD, let's peer ahead to week 3 on the NFL slate. I'm looking down at the schedule here, seeing what catches my eye. How about the Rams at Buffalo? That's a pretty good game. A couple of 2-0 teams. Dallas at Seattle. What else do you have?
Well, how about Green Bay at New Orleans on Sunday night? We always talk about quarterback matchups that we'd love to see more of. You don't get to see very often Aaron Rodgers and Drew Brees, and this could be the last time if Drew Brees indeed heads towards retirement after this season. And how about the one that's going to cap off the weekend? Kansas City at Baltimore.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, how big is that one, right? Because there are a number of us who think that this is a preview of the AFC Championship game. But I want to go back to one you mentioned, the Rams and Buffalo. Two quarterbacks that continue to have to prove their greatness or even that they should have the job. Jared Goff with the Rams and of course, Josh Allen with Buffalo. Both of them off to really hot starts and looking good.
Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on second down. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
3rd down and 10 yards to go.
Operating from the gun, Jones. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Jones pass incomplete. Intended.
So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash, this from 33. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through. And with it, they'll take the lead. We now proceed to the start of the second half.
Packers 21.
So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had ability to see what you've done
they're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Got a man, Slayton. And they're going to have this across mid. Field and inside the 45.
First and 10 at the
That's a play that'll likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
3 yards in the game there, second down.
to Golden Tate.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
That first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7, a handoff. Devontae Freeman. And Freeman lost the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
At the 20-yard
He
line.
has a first down, and that catch will also put him over 100 yards receiving now on the afternoon. Complete. This is Lewis. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. Second down. Looking to throw again on second down. Jones, really, and he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Was Zadarius Smith there getting in and bringing him to the ground. After that sack, 3rd and long, tough spot for Jones and the Giants. From the gun, Jones flushed out right. He's got his man. This is Tate. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
That'll be taken about a yard deep. And all deep in his own territory. He coughs up the football. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And this is taken into the end zone. A fumble recovery and a Giants touchdown. So problems here on special teams, and it results in the scoop and the score.
They talk all the time on special teams about keeping your head on a swivel, trying to see the whole field. Hard to do when things are going that fast, bodies all over the place. You're just trying to find the right guy to align yourself with. On that play, wow.
The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And this carries into the end zone. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
5-yard line.
The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27.
A gain of 46.
Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well. They'll get a few stops.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. 2 yards that time. A stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play.
Alvin Tomlinson on the tackle.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
He'll get this to Lazard. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
A gain of 13 yards. And a Packer first down.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
Incomplete.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw again. Rodgers. That's complete to Lazard. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. Jones has it. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. The tally there, minus 8 yards. Leads to 4th down as well. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And the Giants are going to get the football back. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. They'll eat some clock with Freeman. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Well, at this stage, that's exactly what you want offensively. Good run on 1st down, stay in bounds, keep that clock rolling.
And look at that play chart that the play caller has in his hands right now. That's what you got to focus in on, because that's divided up by sections. And right now, he's looking at that 4-minute offense section. What running plays do we have to bleed down the clock and take care of the football? Right now, they're executing really well.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the 3rd down conversion. 1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. 3 yards is the pickup, but it leaves them still needing 11 here on 3rd down.
6-yard line. It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop them here. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down. He's going to let one fly for Tate. And that is incomplete. The Giants go on 4th but come up empty. And the Packers are going to get the football back in excellent field position. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. It doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
Well, when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. From the gun, it's Rodgers. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
2nd down and 10.
Throwing again. Rodgers. Slant to Adams. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Working from the gun. Rodgers.
I think a lot of people ask the same.
Now look out. Rodgers lost the football. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. It's a foot race. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. The 20.
Be denied, boy.
And that should just about do it. They return it to the end zone, sealing it with a defensive touchdown.
Game, and they're still taking it into the end zone, and you know they could have taken a knee there, but they decided to play this one all the way out, and I think their philosophy is we're going to give you everything we've got. If we just go ahead and take a knee now, we're actually showing you disrespect that way, like taking pity on you. They're not about to do that to their opponent.
Extra point try good by Gano, and that will make this a 19-point game. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to... The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said,
"You lost the football." You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
So danger averted for the moment, but now here's a 3rd and long. Shotgun now for Rodgers. He's got Adams on the hookup. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Rodgers to throw. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. The Pro Bowl wideout Devontae Adams is intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. To throw again, Rodgers. And he comes back with one complete.
Rodgers pass.
Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. Complete to Jones. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers.
Touchdown, Green Bay.
From 13 yards out. And the Packers get a score closer.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
So time definitely not in their favor. Down 2 scores, but they'll try the onside kick. Oh, I think the Packers got it. Yep, Green Bay football. Well, that certainly makes things more interesting. You get the score, then you get the onside kick. A little uphill battle still, but a start.
It's not mission accomplished, but the plan is working. They're in a great spot right now, and the best part, they put the defense right back out on the field after having already scored.
Yeah, they've got the momentum here now. Credit Julian Love with a pass breakup, and it's incomplete. And now we're down to 10 seconds. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. And Lewis has it, the tight end. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
scored.
They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. A big offensive